Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Welcome here at Crypto Hash Review, where we educate and disseminate information about Bitcoin, cryptocurrencies from a Muslim perspective. And we're going to start a new section in our channel where we focus on answering questions. So our first set of videos we put forward, we wanted to focus on setting the case or making the case for halal Bitcoin, or that Bitcoin is halal. Now, we produced about 56 or 57 videos. And the reason why it was so extensive is because there's a lot of misconceptions, a lot of confusion about Bitcoin as a whole. So we thought it was important, as Bitcoin is such a difficult subject to understand because it's so new, to lay the groundwork for what is money, for what is Bitcoin, the technology, how it functions, how one should address new issues and new innovations in the dunya, in Islam, the foundational groundwork to address these issues. And then we dedicated 20 odd videos just trying to deal with each individual objection towards Bitcoin. And I think, alhamdulillah, I ask Allah to accept it. I think we've kind of made a substantial case for Bitcoin to be considered halal. And now we're going to continue now making further videos about gaining Bitcoin, mining Bitcoin, running a full node, using Bitcoin in your business, how can you use Bitcoin to further different ideas. But we wanted to have a section where we try to address the questions that you guys have specifically. So on our website, there is a way for you to communicate with us and send us information and ask us questions. One of those ways is by generally just sending us a text message. And if these questions here that we'll be addressing in our video. So it'll be an ongoing thing moving forward. So I guess at the moment in my mind, I'm thinking every Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, and Sunday, we'll deal with questions. And every Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday, we'll deal specifically with a new topic, not to do with questions. But that's the general gist. If things change, they change. But that's how I feel it should be done. More interaction with the community. So please, leave your questions in the comments below. If you have another more detailed question, might even be private, you can send us those questions on our website, cryptohashreview.com. Go to at the bottom of the page, you'll find consultation, and you find an option there for send us your messages. So the first question we have here is, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. I would love to get Bitcoin. Alhamdulillah. May Allah give you plenty. But it seems that Swissborg is not available in KSA, Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, or Bangladesh. Do you have any recommended alternatives to Swissborg to buy Bitcoin in these regions? Thank you. Now, first and foremost, Swissborg is a platform which, in terms of ease of use and that smooth transition from not knowing anything about Bitcoin to actually owning Bitcoin, probably one of the best ones in the Western world. Unfortunately, at the moment, it's not available in the Eastern world or the Southern world, but it's a very good option to use, generally speaking. Better than Coinbase, I feel, personally, but that's a personal opinion, it's subjective. Everyone has their own opinion. But Kingdom of Saudi Arabia and Bangladesh, those two places specifically, it would generally be more complicated. And I'll tell you why. Because those two countries specifically haven't necessarily been very welcoming to Bitcoin, unfortunately. Considering that Bitcoin has the opportunity to really revolutionize those two countries and leap forward and forward, I guess, economically at some point, if they were to embrace it. But I guess, there's other things, infrastructure needs to be put into place. But point is, in Bangladesh specifically, from what I'm aware of, it's actually illegal to sell Bitcoin there. Hence, I don't think there's any established companies that function selling Bitcoin in Bangladesh, as far as I'm aware. Saudi Arabia hasn't formally made it prohibited, although there's many news outlets that have reported that Saudi Arabia has banned it. They haven't banned it, but they haven't welcomed it either. So I think it's complicated to get things in Bitcoin, but they're not going to arrest you and penalize you for doing so, which I think would be the case, generally speaking, in Bangladesh. So if you still wanted to get it in those countries, then you're going to have to do a P2P solution, which is a peer-to-peer solution. Basically, it means you're going to have to buy from someone else personally. Now, there are many options that are available, which we're going to dedicate whole videos on about how to get access to Bitcoin. So wait for those videos to come out. But that's generally the situation that you have at the moment. Now, I guess the question would be, okay, if Saudi Arabia or Bangladesh or whatever country you currently live in, say they say it's allowed, it's not allowed, it's illegal to sell Bitcoin. Like if I'm an establishment, if I'm a shop or business and I want to sell Bitcoin as a business and they say it's not allowed, I don't believe that they include an individual for having Bitcoin. I would fall off my chair if that's what they mean. I mean, if they mean specifically, if they find that you actually have Bitcoin in your possession, you face criminal action. It sounds a bit weird, sounds a bit odd. I mean, that's almost like saying if we find a particular PDF on your computer, you're going to be put in jail. Now, no doubt there are some types of things you could possess that will put you in jail. Drugs, for example, child pornography, for example. There's lots of things you could do or you could possess that will put you into jail. But the reason why I find it odd that Bitcoin specifically, that there'll be any country like that specifically, is because Bitcoin doesn't harm anyone. So, for example, like I mentioned, an example of child pornography that actually harms individuals specifically. Even sihr, even magic, for example, that harms people specifically. You're using it to harm someone else. Whereas if I said I wanted to spend my money all on Pokemon cards, that hasn't harmed anyone. So I'm not saying that it's right or wrong or ethical or unethical. I'm just saying, legally speaking, I would find it difficult to see any country realistically saying possessing Bitcoin and having Bitcoin is not allowed. And it's a criminal offense. If anyone knows of otherwise, then please share it in the comments or just DM me. I would find it surprising to believe. But from what I'm aware of, those countries that have banned Bitcoin, what they're specifically referring to is organizational sale of Bitcoin on the open market. Yeah, that's the only answer. So back to the issue. So where would you get it from? You'd have to get it from someone else who actually has it. So if you know someone in a country that does allow you to purchase it, you can make an arrangement with them. But there are specific programs and applications that you can use or websites you can use to purchase Bitcoin directly. We're going to dedicate a whole video on that coming up soon. So wait for that one, inshallah ta'ala. We hope you find this video beneficial. We've got loads of questions to answer, so we're going to deal with them in the future. Again, if you have any more questions, put your questions on our website, cryptohashreview.com. Hope you find this video very beneficial, and may Allah give you plenty Bitcoin. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.